Their aura is unequal.
Well, let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. Or whatever. And it's going to make it a little more raspy, and I follow directions.
Their contents are legendary.
In fact, that little sheet you see is his concept drawing.
Their attitude is embraced. Tune in to one of the most up and rising kaiju-sized groups within our community. So go ahead and watch all of their creative content, including that of the Raw Attitude live interview, where they have special guests ranging from actors, directors, toy creators, artists, and many, many more. You can also find them on multiple of other social media platforms, ranging from Instagram, TikTok, X, Facebook. You could even sit back and watch your favorite classic monster movie and even watch us go through one of the most iconic games on Twitch. Featuring your hosts, Eric Stolp, Adrian Settle, Joe Myers, Samson West, Jordan Adorno. They are the Monsters with Attitude.
What's going on, listeners with Attitude? Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Raw, where I am your host with the most, as always, Mr. Joe Mama, and joined with me, as always, are my brothers from other mothers. Joined first is the legendary bearded kaiju himself, the man who likes to play with toys. It's Eric Stolp. It's like stop with an L. What's going on, buddy? How are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Blessed by the best. All right. See you guys next time.
That's it. Goodbye. Good night, y'all.
Goodbye. Joined also with us is the man who runs a train on these crazy kaiju, Mr. Adrian Settle. What's going on, dude?
What's up, Joe? What's up, Kaiju family? Doing great. Still trying to play this new camera. Good God, this thing is annoying, but I'll figure it out. So,
well, you look great. You sound great for once. It only took 5 years for you to actually catch up with society. I love it. Well, before we jump right into the goodness and news roundup, which there is a plethora because we are 2 weeks behind due to our monthly show of Terror of Mechagodzilla, which took place, easy for me to say, last Sunday. If you want to hear us chop it all up about Terror of Mechagodzilla, Titanosaurus, and all the goodness of that film, check out that review, that discussion in the archives on our social media, on our YouTube. But I'd like to say first that today's show is brought to you by our friends at Super 7 for all your collecting and memorabilia needs. Godzilla, Power Rangers, Dungeons and Dragons, G.I. Joe, Universal Monsters, Peanuts, Sesame Street, Thunderbolts, Transformers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and so much more. Go to super7.com/monsterswithattitude 2024. That's super7.com/monsterswithattitude 2024. The link is in the bio and our link tree. Yep, very, very nice, Eric. They're very nice to show off some stuff. Also, real quick, the First Lady of the MWA, Celeste Lopez, did a nice little interview with Growing Up Godzilla with Donnie Winter. So check that out on his socials, his YouTubes. I haven't actually had a chance to watch it. Eric and Adrian did, said it was a lot of fun. So good job, Celeste. Thank you, Donnie, for having Celeste on. That was super cool of you. And yeah, it's Growing Up Godzilla by Donnie Winter, and it's on YouTube. I think that's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Let's get to the chat, see who is with us today. As always, our most loyal follower, it feels like, Nathaniel Plummer. Who needs Eric Bischoff when you have the #1 King Kong Lives fan in America on the show? Let's get and talk about all the hot movies. Oh, baby.
Everybody drink.
Now, Nathaniel,
First
who
comment of
needs
the day.
Eric Bischoff when you've got a plethora of beautiful women in all of these tokusatsu films? So yes, I agree.
Absolutely.
And of course,
Oh.
the Monsterverse maniac himself, Mr. Oscar Solis. What's going on, Oscar? How are
Going
you,
on,
buddy?
Oscar?
Oscar.
Samson is having some technical difficulties, so it looks like he's joining us in the chat. Samson, more like not Samson West. Yeah, I know. You know,
Mhm.
we miss your chaotic energy, Samson. We do. We do. Helmy, all the way from Australia, right?
Tommy!
Help me.
Dem
Yes.
Cherry Blossom Gojis from Super 7. I know they're beautiful.
Yeah,
aren't
they just dropped. Might be
Mhm.
talking
Yeah.
about them.
Fanciest of Cat says, also brought to you by the Memphis Grizzlies, based on the Bears showing on my screen. We are a bunch of Bears. Grr.
Grr.
We love you, Fancy.
Rawr.
Ghidorah stands for our own Christian. What's going on,
What's up,
Christian? He goes, I'd
Christian?
love to see an episode of each of you doing growing up with Godzilla. Yeah, man. I mean, anytime Donnie wants to do that, we'd be more than happy. It's I feel like that's what's great about just fandoms in general, is that everybody has a very similar story, but yet very different at the same time. And it's great to see. I know Eric and I have discussed this before, where we thought we were alone. We thought there was nobody else like us. There was no other fans that had the same experiences. So seeing other people have a upbringing or going through the same troubles or passions, fandom, whatever as us, it's always fun to see.
Yeah. Absolutely right, Christian.
Yes,
Samson,
Samson technical difficulty.
for real.
Well, I don't know
And
if you
he's our
noticed,
tech guy.
but
Jesus.
Samson technical difficult STD. Well, Monster Kid Corey, hey yo,
Hey, what's going on?
He says there is nobody like you, but in a good way. Ain't that the truth? Ain't that the truth? All right, that catches us up for now. As always,
Singapore.
keep active in the chat. Let us know what you guys
Singapore.
want to talk about. We want to hear your opinions and thoughts on everything that we're showing.
Mhm.
Ask questions, get us off on a tangent. It's always a lot of fun to do that. But without further ado, Mr. Eric.
Do. Away! Oh man! So speaking of Super 7, this obviously
Super7.com/monsters with attitude 2024. Link in our bio and link tree.
Yes. They were part of WonderCon this weekend, and there was some of this stuff that was kind of teased at the last convention. I don't remember which convention it was. If anybody does, please jog my memory. But there was some of the stuff that they kind of. Yes, maybe that's what it was. New York Toy Fair. Maybe that's what it was. And they teased some of the stuff that was coming out. And now it's officially released, full pictures, all that good stuff. So first off, from Super 7, they are releasing their Reptar blind boxes. Those are finally out in stores, or actually on their website. Actually, they are $15 a piece. And yeah, they are blind boxes. You have the opportunity of getting, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, and one mystery one. So obviously there's your choices. Adrian, great segue. You have your Reptar from who's that from again? Is that
this is Super 7 also.
Oh shit, perfect, man. Perfect. And that's the big guy though. That's the big gigantic chungus.
Yeah, that's
right
the big
there,
boy.
So.
Where's that from, Adrian?
Super7.com.
Super7.com/monsters with attitude 2024. Link in our bio and link tree.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you're fans of Rugrats and Reptar, their iteration of Godzilla, they might not say it is, but let's be honest, it basically is.
Mm-hmm.
They have little mini 3.5-inch blind bag figures now that are going to be available. So check it out on our website associated with them. So I'm not going to say it.
Don't get to use our code.
Link in bio and link tree.
Also,
oh, sorry.
no, go.
I was just gonna say, I might pick up actually one of the blind boxes. I don't know if I would go try to get all of them per se, but might pick up one or two. Of the Reptar. I actually don't have anything Reptar. I'm sad that I passed up on that giant Reptar that Adrian has. I love Rugrats. That was definitely a show of mine that I grew up on.
I watched it too, but I never fell in love with it, and I never fell in love with Reptar like at all. So this is great for every other fan that likes this, but to me, it just never stuck. So I won't be getting any of these, unfortunately. But for everybody else, here's your chance if you're
so. In other words,
of
saying
stuff.
Oscar stupid and wrong.
Yeah, so you are wrong, Oscar. I am not a fan of Reptar at all. So never mind then. Yeah, exactly. Also, with Super 7, they announced that they have a new line. I don't know if it's a new line or a new release of the Iron Giant for themselves. They're doing a 7-inch figure now. They have a bigger scale, like Ultimates figure. They have the blind box 3.5-inch figures, and now they're doing a 7-inch figure that is fully articulated with 23 points of articulation, and it's going to be selling for $35. You can find it at like Walmart and your local retailers around you. But yeah, it is their DX series, is what they're calling it, and they're doing the Iron Giant. I know this is fan favorites for a lot of people. Again, it's another one that just never hit home with me and never stuck. So I don't have anything of Iron Giant. I won't be getting anything of the Iron Giant. So, but yeah, to each their own. And here's your chance to get, if you want to stick around the 6-inch, 7-inch kind of typical articulated figure line, here's your chance for an Iron Giant. So, are you? Is anybody getting the Iron Giant? Are you guys fans of Iron Giant at all?
I kind of have the same thing as you. I never really. I think I've seen the movie a couple times, like back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
It never really, it wasn't a big part of my childhood per se, so I probably won't get this. But the Reptar, like I said, I'll probably pick up one or two.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I really love the Iron Giant growing up, and I don't have anything that's Iron Giant related necessarily. But I don't know. I might pick this up because I couldn't justify getting the big one, but I might get this one.
Oh, Jesus. Nathaniel.
Oh my God.
There's so many questions that I'm not even going there.
Applaud? I don't know what to do with that. Oh God, that's so funny.
Monster Kid Corey's comment.
It's Superman. See, I've seen something about he painted a big S on him. I don't know the backstory of that, so maybe that's just that they were fans of Superman. I don't know, but I know what you're kind of talking about. There is another figure that has the S in his chest. So.
We watched the movie, Eric.
Oh, okay.
Show it to your kids.
Yeah, so I've only watched it one time, and I was a kid, so like I haven't seen it in 30 years, So
yeah, I would say we watch it. It's worth going back to for sure.
Okay.
This comment, this would be cool. This is why I would get that Iron Giant figure is if they actually did the Ready Player One Mechagodzilla. That would be
cool.
That would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. That would be really cool setup. Yeah. Please, I'll read. Why? What did I do?
And I'm going to share this one without comment.
Will we erase this up, Eric? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
We're just gonna.
It depends. Is it made by Disney?
Yeah, we're just gonna move on from that. Yeah, movie rewatch. I mean, probably. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to rewatch it. Like I said, it's been a very, very long time. So, very long time.
I'd be down to do that. Maybe we could do it for one of our movie nights on Twitch.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if that happens, Samson's gonna have to shut the hell up because I hate people talking during movies.
You don't want the commentary. Yeah, it'll be very hard for him.
My wife and I will sit down and watch a movie that neither of us have ever seen before, and she'll be like, "So, like, what is this guy's story?" And it's like, "I don't know, Mel. We're watching it together for the first time." There's this amazing thing that's going to happen in 10 minutes. We're going to find out together.
I'll know when you know.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love you, sweetheart.
Gotta love that. All right. Sticking with the Super 7 train with WonderCon. I think it was WonderCon that the Cherry Blossom reaction figures was officially released. But like I said, they teased these at the New York Toy Fair, so we knew they were coming out. We just didn't know when. And now they are officially live on the website, and they are $20 a piece for those two. Pretty cool, very interesting Cherry Blossom colorway. I think they're glow in the darks also, which is really cool. Everybody loves glow in the darks. So those are awesome. And then, another thing that was teased is the Godzilla -1 blind boxes that are exclusive just to Target, mind you, just to Target. They are not on any website whatsoever. So you have to find them in stores. And they actually have a lot of different figures available. 4, 5, 7 actually, and I believe the 2 question marks are translucent blue figures, and I think one is I want to say one is like the atomic breath one, and I think the other one is just a normal -1 with his mouth open. I think I can't remember what the photos were when we talked about it at New York Toy Fair. So, but I know they are translucent blue. So those are kind of cool. So if anybody is still big on the blind box collecting, here's some more. And of course, -1, you can't go wrong with that Godzilla iteration. So who's getting these? Who's getting the Cherry Blossoms? Who's getting some blind boxes? What do you guys think?
Honestly, Eric, I already went hunting for them yesterday.
Oh, did you?
I did not find them. I did not find them. I was pissed. So I got a few more targets in my area to hit, but I did not find them yesterday. Damn it. I was very upset. As far as the Cherry Blossom, I honestly don't have anything that's Cherry Blossom, so I may give Godzilla a chance. I just want to see what the hype is about. I know a lot of people love Cherry Blossom, so I want to see for myself.
Well, if you do get them, you know where to go.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, just some fun stuff that's Super 7 still knocking it out of the park. With their reaction figures, they're a lot of fun to collect. Honestly, I love collecting the glow in the darks. I was late to the game on collecting the glow in the darks, but I luckily got them all, and I've stayed up to date with all of them. So definitely need to keep that rolling. And I just pin them on my wall, and I have the collection starting. So it's pretty cool. But super. Yeah, I know, Nathaniel. Who knows? Maybe they'll watch this stream one day and they'll see all the comments of King Kong Lives and maybe like, hey, we're gonna do it just for that guy.
Nathaniel, do you have a Facebook or some other social media besides a YouTube? Speaking of King Kong Lives,
call it Super King Kong Lives. Super 7. Pass. Let's see. I pass on reaction because I can't stay in the card. I mean, yeah, and I keep them all in the card. The blister cards are so well done that you don't want to ruin them. I don't want to ruin them at all. So I just keep them in the package. So I get it. Maybe they're not for everybody as a collector, and everybody collects differently. That's so It's all good, man. No, I don't. Sorry.
Well, with that, do you have our MWA email, don't you? Pretty sure you do. If you could pretty please. Oh, there it is. Monsters with Attitude 90 at gmail.com. If you could pretty please send us an email with your address. We have a little surprise here from the MWA from us to you.
Oh, yeah, they're not staying in the car. The car looked great. Yeah, I get it, man. I get it.
Yeah, I get it.
All right. All right. So this is the section that Oscar was really, really foaming at the mouth for last night, even in our Twitch stream. He was talking about this, and I understand because they dropped their wad in like a span of like a couple days, where they said they were going to release all these figures in their Hall of Fame line. So it's weird that they dropped so much in a short span. I'm really trying to figure out why they did, because it really makes no sense. Yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't understand. And I think it's kind of ridiculous, but they have 3 different Kongs with 3 different little arm things, and they couldn't just make it just one Kong and just each one of those in just one box and one price. Like it's to me, they're basically they're just trying to steal all the money from all the collectors. I mean, that's literally what they're doing. I think it's a little overkill, honestly. I'm not saying that Kong is bad, but like this is ridiculous. Like they could have done this where they could have swapped out arms for each one of these, and you could have had all 3 in one box, and maybe paid, $350 for all of them instead of having to pay $200 minimum for each one of these, and then you're spending $600 because you want to get one of each. So I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get why. It kind of floors me. Does anybody else have an opinion why, or maybe?
I mean, you hit on the head, Eric. It's because of money. They're just trying to drain people trying to drain people's bank accounts. Because, like you said, it makes absolutely no sense for all these Kongs to look exactly the same, have the exact same pose for the arm, and couldn't just magnetize the arm and just switch out the arms. It makes 0 sense whatsoever. And Lord knows someone's going to get all 3 of these Kongs. I know they are. Someone's going to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a good reason why, other than it's I don't want to say greediness, because that might be too rude, but
it's all business.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there's no reason why it couldn't be. Let's see, if they're $220, they're $200 each, let's just say for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
Have 3 different arm attachments plus a Suko and sell them for $400, and people would be like, "Oh, okay, we're getting 3 different arms plus the axe plus the battle glove plus a mini figure of Suko, or sell them for $350 or something." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I feel like they would have had it would have been a little bit better. I just feel like,
a little crazy, but. So the Suko I think is probably my favorite, because obviously that was one of the most outlandish scenes in the whole movie. I mean, come on! I mean, everybody chuckled at that one because that was funny as hell. And they have, let's see, the Suko one is $220. That'll be releasing Q4 of this year. The axe is $200. That's releasing Q4 of this year. And then the Beast Glove is $200. That's releasing Q4 of this year. So they are currently pre-order right now on Spiral's website. Along with them, we have the Skull Crawler. Looks great. That is for $179, and that's releasing Q1 in 2026. And then also they announced the male Muto, that is $139, and that's estimated Q4 of 2025 also. So yeah, some great stuff. A lot of monster verse creatures, which is great. We need a lot more of those. Nobody's really tackled these guys as of yet. So it is good to see some love for them. I think they're great. I know, Monsterverse isn't for everybody, and they're not fan favorites. But for this new generation of fans, I mean, this is their weird stuff, their Rodans, their Gabras, their Anguirus. Like this is their stuff, and I like to see more of it. So it's good to see this stuff that it's starting to come out. So I just need more companies to start picking up on this and start doing it. So, but yeah, they're interesting. They all look great in their own way. So it's cool for Monsterverse fans to get this stuff. So anybody picking any of these guys up in this slide?
The skull crawlers and Muto are both kind of tempting to me, but it just depends on the finances. It depends on what's going on with what comes out with X Plus. Just other. I got a kid on the way. It just depends.
Yeah,
I don't think the price points are horrible.
No, actually, that's what I thought too. I was like, the price points seem pretty reasonable.
Well, because Spiral was kind of known back in the day for those super pricey statues, like the ghidorah behind you, Eric. And I just think that fad. I don't want to call it a fad, but for lack of a better terminology or verbiage, I think that fad's passed over some people, and myself being one of them. I was all about that and bought a lot of those $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 figures, and now I'm just kind of like, as amazing as they look, when X Plus or whoever comes out with a figure that's $200 or $300, $400, and it looks just as good, or maybe not even quite as good, but like in the ballpark, I'm sorry, it's not justifying me spending that price tag.
And I agree, Jared. I agree. Some of the details is hit and miss with them. I get it. I think it has to do with their paint jobs too. Aren't always what they need to be. So, but I get it. Leslie, what's going on? Popping out all the cool release and trying to fight from the issues that have been plaguing them for months. Nice try, though. I mean, maybe.
Possibly, sure. What actually? What are you referring to, Leslie? Would you care to explain in detail?
What's going on, that junk man? Welcome in. I think you're a new commenter.
Yes, he is.
I think I've seen you, unless you've been lurking, which is fine. But yeah, thank you for chiming in, man.
Actually, jumping back real quick, that actually might not be. I think Leslie's actually might be bringing up a good point, because I do think that there was, but also I think that there was some negative feedbacks on the price point of some of their older releases, to where it's like, why are we spending $600, $700, $800 on some of these? And then there was a lot of problems with them, and then don't get me wrong, I think the Burning Godzilla and the Ghidorah from 2019 were both like really cool, but once that newness faded away, if I'm being honest, I wasn't impressed with them based on the price tag. I was like, well, wait a minute, for a $2,000 or $3,000 figure or more with shipping, I don't really know if it was worth it at the end. I don't know. I just think that maybe they're trying these new price points and these new type of figures to go more of the X Plus route a little bit, because I mean the price points aren't bad at all. At all. Like, these are reasonable. Like, if each one of these is 200, I mean, for everything that's here on the screen, that's $1,000. That is still less than what one of the King Ghidorahs behind you cost.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and they're not all $200. I'm just, being general here. So
I don't
that's-
know the size of these. Does anybody know the size of these? Like what scale these are supposed
I
to be
think
in?
I think they also, I may be mistaken with it. I think they are supposed to be in the 35 centimeter line, I believe. I believe that's what the Hall of Fame line kind of sits in, if I'm not mistaken.
Way. These are 35s and they're only at $200.
I can double check.
I thought these were a little bit smaller than 30s, but I could be wrong.
I know the Godzilla Evolved was like 27, 28, but let me check the website.
Yeah, they are definitely changing directions where, like you stated, Joe, they were. I think I can kind of agree with you with when we first saw the concept of the King Ghidorah and the burning and the sheer size of them was mind blowing. Like it was like, holy crap! Like I need something like that in my collection. That's amazing. Nobody has been able to do that kind of size for a King Ghidorah. I mean, the concept for the burning Godzilla with the Mothra wings, that was just extraordinary. It was out there, it was different, it was unique. And I think that really got us and it drew us in. But then, once you get them and you kind of look at them for several years and you're like, like, did I just get kind of swindled with how big and glamorous these things are? But really, when you get to them and you actually look at them, you're like, like maybe they aren't so glamorous. Did I waste my money on this stuff? That's why I kind of, and like you, Joe, we have decided that we're not going that route with big statues anymore. And we're not doing that because all that money that we spent on just one figure, like you said, you could get several figures that are just as good quality, but you're not spending as much.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's one of the things we talk about the Ichiban Kujis all the time for approximately $100-ish, give or take 20, $30, whatever. And they're beautiful. The detail's amazing. The poses are great. The color looks fantastic. I mean, it's so much more. There are so many fantastic options for collectors these days to where you don't have hey, if you have that kind of money to spend, awesome, more power to you. But if you don't want to leverage remortgage your house, there's X Plus, there's the Ichiban Kuji, there's so many different things.
Yeah,
very true. And of course, these weren't the only figures that were dropped in about a 72-hour span. There was more.
Yep.
They also dropped the female Muto from the 2014 film. That is going to be $149, and that's estimated to come out in Q3 of 2025. They also announced the Warbat for $230, and that's Q1 of 2026. Also, they had the Muto Prime that's based off of a graphic novel from the Monsterverse. He's $230, and he's coming out in Q4 of 2025. And then they have the plant monster. I don't even know I can't say his name. If someone else knows his name,
Methuselah?
Sure, we'll go with
that.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Methuselah?
I don't know. It starts with the A, so that's all.
Oh, yeah, no, it's
like Amulak or something.
No. Amulak.
Amulak. Okay.
I need to see it and I'll be able to pronounce it, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that guy's coming out. He is $230, and he is Q1 of 2026 also. And he's another one based off the graphic novel. So like I said, all of these figures just thrown at you and just like, holy cow. Any of these kind of interest you guys? Or
Amulak and Muto Prime.
Yeah.
Do, just because we don't have anything of them. But I'm also curious, is Star Ace going to be doing something like this? So,
Mhm.
So that's why I'm very hesitant with any of these, even though I'm a fan of this price point. And Leslie had actually just made a comment saying, I really think that this is Spiral's attempt to lure some of these folks back that have announced their abandonment of the company itself moving forward, which isn't a bad idea overall. I'll be honest, I'm one of those people that abandoned Spiral, and just didn't think I would ever even consider it. But this type of these type of announcements made me be like, ooh, okay, that's interesting, and also I'm trying to move away from collecting resin pieces because they're so damn fragile. And I mean, if something breaks, I just don't, I just don't know. I mean, I think I would cry if I spent $3,000 on one of these figures and they shattered.
Mhm.
Yeah, and the good thing is that these still are going to be, the PVC softer material, but let's be honest, they're not unbreakable. Like you still you still drop them, they are still going to break. Like regardless of what. I mean, even vinyl, vinyl will break. You drop them from a decent distance, it will still snap. These things are not fall proof in any means, so it doesn't really matter what they're made out of. But yeah, like you got to treat these things as collectibles and collector items, and take care of them because you don't want your money going to waste.
Yeah, most definitely.
He's
Of
King
course.
Kong. I mean, I think that'd be a hard one to get though, for rights for any Kong. Honestly, that's already been out.
Yep.
But you never know. Never say never. Oh God!
And then as far as the sizing for these figures too, Eric, they are about roughly around that 25-30 centimeter scale. So it really just depends on the particular figure. The smallest one I saw was the male Muto, and he was 22 centimeters.
Which is understandable because he was
Accurate.
significantly smaller,
Mm-hmm.
So
that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So we got 4 years to wait. 4 years.
Oh, thank you, Jesus.
4 years. Then maybe the floodgates will open and we'll get a lot more of them.
You probably will, honestly.
Yeah, no glass faces for these guys. Yeah, you got to get the special custom ones if you want to fit these guys in there. So, but all right, yeah, that's the Spiral Studios
Bonanza
load.
Yeah, for real, for real. That was a lot that came out, and I just like anytime I looked at my phone, there's another one, and there's another one, and there's another. I was like, holy cow! So pretty crazy, but something for everybody, honestly. So, all right, moving on. So this one is very controversial, honestly. I love Gamera 2 from the Heisei. I love Legion. She is one of my favorite kaiju. To me, I consider her a queen of the kaiju, not Mothra, not Baalante. I think she can kill both of them easily. But so we knew this was coming, and this was finally announced and released. But this thing is almost $500 for an articulated figure. Now that's ridiculous.
What?
Ridiculous. I do have the price points on the bottom there on the roundup of several different retailers that are offering this up, and they have their prices, and the lowest one is $498.40, which is $1.60 under $500.
Are they out their fucking mind?
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Thing. I mean, I get it. It's a big articulated, but come on. We've had Baalante, we've had Destroya, we've had Ghidorahs. Those things never hit $500.
Why
make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense, please. Please make it make sense. Because I can't I don't understand. I need someone to understand it for me. I know, honestly, Jared, I would love to grab this. I really do. I'm still on the fence about it, honestly. But I don't know if I can justify $500 for articulated figure.
That's what the
I
X
love
Plus
her
costs.
that much, but exactly, like my X Plus, when I bought it, she wasn't even that much, even with shipping. And if you got one of her, you know how big her box is. It wasn't even $500 total. So, and I have the superior version of here, which is the X Plus, which is, you know, screen accurate. So I don't need this, but it would be nice. And I was really hoping to get this because I collect Gamera. I wanted to get everything for the Gamera series in the articulated form because there's not a lot of Gamera stuff coming out nowadays. So anything that they kind of do, I want to get it, but I can't do it. Can't do it with this guy. Or this girl.
I don't know who can, because good God. Ooh.
Oscar says he already spent over $500 for the LMS Legion. This would be no different for me. I mean, it would. You're giving up so much size and the accuracy of the figure. I mean, you're downgrading. Honestly, you're downgrading. So for the same price,
that's an understatement.
For real.
I'm sorry, there is absolutely zero comparison to Monster Arts versus X Plus or anything of that. Like, there is no discussion. There is no comparison. I'm sorry. I understand people like articulated, and that's great, but we're not even on the same continent of discussions.
That's almost off the dang planet, because my God.
Yeah. And also, mark my words, the more articulated these figures are, the more the quality sucks. You know, as somebody who's sold hundreds of these at not Legion, obviously, but hundreds of Monster Art figures for my buddy Frank. And I mean, you hear it all the time, you know, and it has nothing to do with the sellers. It's because of Monster Arts themselves, you know. The quality control issues have been famous for this line.
Yeah, and it's like Jared brings a good point. You know, more complex articulation, maybe, and maybe it's a good thing, but maybe it's not, because if they're going to this kind of articulation for all their stuff, all the price is just going to start going up. Who's going to start buying this stuff when you have HIYA out there right now selling these things for a fraction, and their quality is just as good than Monster Arts? So I don't know.
Do you think it's because of the transforming factor? Because that's the only thing that justifies it to me, is that this, like, for the first time, we're getting something that, instead of it being two separate releases or something of that effect, it's actually transforming. We're not getting a normal version and a flying version. It's just one.
See, it's so funny because, like, seeing that transformation version, it almost looks like you just take her upper half of her body and you just take it out, and then you're just going to connect some legs to the upper half, and then there's her transformation.
Flying. Yeah,
it's exactly. It's like you're really paying for just disconnecting her from her legs and then inserting more legs in her wings. You know, like, and like, honestly, like, that looks cool and everything. It looks great, but, like, honestly, it's an eyesore with those supports sitting there holding it up. I would never honestly, I would never display it in that form. Just because. So I would rather just buy this thing with having no transformation ability whatsoever. And if you can knock off $300, okay, fine. You know, like, I think they're, I don't know if, you know, maybe it could be the popularity of the kaiju. Maybe they don't see the popularity there, but they're taking a chance. So they're like, hey, like, if they really want it, they're going to have to spend money for it. And it sucks. It sucks because I love, like I said, I love Legion. I really wanted to get this, but when I saw and heard about the price, I was like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
no. There's no
I'm going
justification for
Max
that
Plus.
price. I'm sorry.
I'm doing Max.
I mean, I get she's gonna be a big old gal, but
Yeah.
she's the
I mean, she ain't gonna be that big.
well, she's like the freaking Lizzo of monster arts, but
Matt, what's going
Hello,
on?
Matt.
Thanks for joining. All right, we'll go over this. Get away from this controversial lady. Go on to something else, maybe more manageable from Monster Arts here.
Yes.
So yes, we knew this was coming also, but they officially released or announced the pre-order, and it is coming out in a week, and it will be released this September in Japan, but there hasn't been an announcement for North America yet. And the price range is going to be from 100 to 120, which is about typical for their Godzillas. But this is more of a suit accurate Godzilla 2000, or if you want to say 2001, whatever film. I mean, so not for me, but all those 2000 fans. Adrian,
think we'll get an Orga.
Oh, you got the
see, now that has me worried because how big Orga was. And if they have Legion at 500, Orga is no small chicken either. Like, he's a big fat guy too. So like he'd be, easily $300.
2.
Like,
Yeah, probably 3.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Oscar is tempted, but he's not sure yet.
See, this does a good. I do want to see the HIYA first, especially as I pre-ordered the HIYA already. But I want to see this in hand more before I just pre-order. It's not an instant buy for me.
Now, do you have the maquette first version, Adrian?
Do
you have the maquette first version?
No, I don't.
Okay. So, yeah, I used to have the maquette, but I don't. I mean, obviously, I got rid of all my Monster Arts stuff. But I mean, it was great. It was good for what it was. This is great too. If you want more suit representation, but yeah, I mean, if you're a fan of 2000, here you go, man. Not for me though, but great otherwise. Transforming Orga, maybe. He's gonna transform from the what do they call him? The Millennium. So they call it that alien.
Oh, Millennium.
Yeah.
Millennium.
Millennium.
Yeah, that little
Millennium.
that little guy. Maybe they'll transform from him into Orga or something. He's a transformer now.
That's funny.
We see it. Monsters gives film. As for HIYA, it's 2000.
I can see that, Oscar.
Okay.
I can see that.
Okay. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, it's great. Monster Arts is kind of slowly trying to do their thing, trying to stay afloat, trying to stay relevant, honestly, because they have a lot of competition right now. And obviously with the last slide we just talked about, a lot of controversy also because a lot of people are not happy with that price point. They were happy with the announcement of the Legion, but not the price. So I guess it's hit and miss for them. They need more hits than misses. So.
Ooh, I didn't know that, Nathaniel. Very nice.
Nathaniel, because that was my favorite Godzilla suit, because it was my second favorite suit, because it's based on the 2000. Very nice. I like it. All right. Now we're to X Plus. This one was another head scratcher for me personally, because they announced this or showed the prototype off at Wonderfest in February, and we already got a pre-order for this guy in March. They have never moved that fast for prototypes into actual production. So I scratched my head on this because why did they rush this one so fast? And honestly, I think they rushed it because I think they could have done a little bit better sculpt with the face, honestly. I think they could have tweaked it and made it a little better. I mean, they were literally in prototype form and they could have revamped the head only. Everything else looks fine. They could have revamped that head just a little bit more and made it perfect. And again, I don't understand why they rushed it. And this is 25 centimeter because they just released the 25 centimeter Godzilla 74, and this will go along with it. And this will be $179. And this is on the North American X Plus site. And the pre-order is up March 31st, which is tomorrow, and then till April 15th, and it's shipping in July. So again, another one that doesn't make sense to me. Anybody have opinions why or why they think they did this?
I can't help but think if maybe it's to undercut what I think you're going to show off in a future slide. the Juco or Junko.
No. I don't have that. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, what company is it? Like Juco or Junko or Jucko?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
It's Juco.
Juco.
Yeah.
Junior college Godzilla. Yeah, maybe 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 to undercut them a little bit. I don't know.
That's a possibility.
Maybe. Yeah, and I know Samson was really excited about this, but like you said, Eric, the face is just, it's off. It's something wrong with the face. I don't like it. And everything else looks amazing, but the face just looks funky. I mean, I guess Nathaniel put it perfectly. Big nose, Godzilla, imposter Godzilla, I guess.
I mean, yeah. But he kind of already had that. To be honest, he kind of had that pig-ish nose, I guess. And that's what kind of differentiated him from the normal Godzilla, because he did have that wacky kind of face, which is great that they did that, because obviously, you know that they're different besides the patches of Mecha Godzilla underneath it, and that's all good and great and grand and wonderful, but
and then there were 4.
Oh, it's funny how you came right on this slide.
All over the place, man. All over the place. I sure did.
You
just couldn't keep it shut. You just had to come on just before this slide.
We can bitch and complain all we want, but hey, I'm here. I am the one that can bitch and complain. I've been keeping track of everything in the chat, though. Spiral, woohoo, they did some stuff. Super 7, also great. We got the articulated stuff. Legion, $400. What the fuck? That's stupid. And Godzilla 2000, awesome. Okay, so that was my speed round of catching up. Yes, just yeah. I'm stoked. I'm hyped.
Why though?
What do you mean why?
Why, like, so I asked them a question. Why do you think this got pushed into production so fast? And literally faster than probably any other figure that X Plus has ever revealed as a prototype. Literally a month later, it's up for a pre-order to be made. Why would they push it so hard? Because honestly, and I've told you this, Samson, Adrian's told you this, they could have resculpted that face to make it more suit-like and more like the actual suit than what we have.
No.
Because that face is still off. That face is still off, and they literally in 1 month they could have retweaked it and reshowed it, or at this time put up the pre-order, but with a retweaked face a little bit, so it was a little bit better. Why push it so fast into production?
I don't know. I don't work for them.
What is your opinion?
My opinion of why they did it.
This is opinion based, okay?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, I'm a big 25 centimeter collector. folks may or may not know that. But it was pretty fast. You're right. From the prototype that we got, and we all were excited, or I was definitely excited. And then it was surprising. And I think it was a little overshadowed by the excitement. Then the excitement of it coming kind of overshadowed everything that you're describing. Oh, damn it, where'd I go?
Jared speaking facts.
I mean, it's always gonna be
better.
weird looking. It was a weird looking suit, but
Yeah, but
I don't
Samsung
really see. I don't see what's wrong with the face. Honestly, it looks. I think it looks great. It looks better than that for sure.
Now you're smoking crack.
No.
Now you're smoking crack, Samson.
That one is the one that's always looked off to me. That face is too round, and that one looks off. That one has always looked off.
Make Adrian big. I want to see it. No. I want to see that.
Okay. We'll go solo.
There he is.
Oh.
This is Burly Vang's skit.
The head, I know who did. There's something about the shape of the head. It's too round, and I think that bottom jaw might be a little
Cover
too big.
your face with your hand, Adrian.
Yeah, there you go. Or cover your with the figure.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah, the autofocus wants to look at you more than it does the toy.
I actually see what Samson's saying.
There's something about the
That
bottom jaw
does look off, for sure. It really does.
I think the head is a little too round, I think, instead of
I actually agree. I've never noticed that.
That's just my I mean, I think it's cool. It's great to represent, since we never really got an official representation. It's the closest anybody's come, but I've always felt that it looked a little off to me. And what we're getting here is I like everything that they're doing with it, with the fangs to that pushed in smushed nose that he has. They could tweak it slightly. I think there is something about the brows that look a little off. But just the fact that we're getting something like this is pretty stupendous. And of course, it's a year after the anniversary, but I'm excited for what we're getting with this guy. I still don't know. Is the standard gonna come with the little pluggy things to cover up the metallic pieces, or is that Rick?
Yes.
Like the Rick is the plugs and the little fists, like closed fists.
As far as I understand, the Rick is the fist, the extra arms. The standard will come with the plugs.
Well, I don't really see much of a benefit for this. Is the exception. I like the one that came with the 74 with the different arms, but this one, I mean, his hands all splayed out like that. That's what he looked like.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm digging it. I'm definitely going to pick it up. That's where I'm going with this for sure.
Okay.
But I can appreciate and respect what you're saying about how fast and maybe the sculpt could have been tweaked.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that when they're doing these things, that they do it to its full potential, and not just to get it out there and beat someone else to it. Because I mean, these things are not cheap. We spend a lot of money on these things, because especially if you don't get these things initial release, you pay, an extra $50 to $100 more on the aftermarket just to get the original figure. So, they are not cheap whatsoever. So we want to just make sure that this is the best it can be. And like I said, I just don't remember X-Plus ever doing it this fast from prototype to actually pre-order with a month, and that's it. Like I don't ever remember doing that or seeing that at all. So I don't know. It almost worries me at the same time. So.
Yeah, because especially if they have quality control issues too, pushing it out so quickly. That part really scares me also. Because like you said, Eric, last month we just saw the prototype and all of a sudden, hey, it's up for pre-order. Why?
Yep.
And how good is it gonna be once we get it?
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I know you will, because you're gonna be pissed if they mess this up.
Yeah, let's not have a 72 all over again, please.
Yeah, Yeah, remember
I
how
mean, you still bought it,
excited you
so.
were with that?
I
So-
got rid of it. I bought it and got. Mhm.
With what
Hell
Joe
yeah.
was saying, yeah, this is the this thing is just
Gorgeous.
Good God.
this thing is fire, man. This thing is amazing.
It is.
Yeah, this is right now up on the Godzilla store. You can pre-order this right now. It closes what is it, May 19th, and it's going to be releasing in quarter
That's a
4 of
while.
this year. The only thing it is a little bit pricier. It is $435. It is a 28 centimeter kit, or not kit, excuse me. It's a figure. It was a actual kit, and they turned it into a PVC figure or vinyl figure. And yeah, this is by Joku Productions. And this is a Mechagodzilla revealing figure. And it actually has light up functions also.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah, his tails.
Yeah, I think it's gnarly.
Even his tail is all gross.
dripping.
Yeah, just.
He's literally dripping with swag.
Eric, what do you got in your cart?
You know what's funny too is that I have not ordered anything from the Godzilla store yet, so I still have that percentage off. So you just never know. You just never know.
Is it still free shipping on orders over whatever?
You know, I don't think so, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that. But yeah, I just love the decay of the skin coming off of him. It just looks grotesque, but it looks so cool at the same time.
I don't need another Mega Godzilla, but good God.
And honestly, I would love to see their Godzilla take. Just straight Godzilla, not Mecha, just a straight Godzilla 74 of this would be really, really cool, because this thing just looks badass.
Yeah, it does.
So
Wow. That's
yeah,
gnarly.
yeah, it is cool. It is very, very cool.
For sure.
But like I said, it was a model kit first, and they got such a good reception reaction at Wonderfest that they went ahead and was going to make a vinyl figure of it. So
That was smart. Very good decision.
Let's
right.
go.
Well, Joe, you want to talk about this?
I would love to. Two of my all-time favorite franchises collide with a first ever figure release. We got a Digimon Godzilla crossover announced at DigiCon. What was it, like a week ago or so? This is just so exciting. So they're in the Defo Reel series. It's the first one on the top left is Metal Greymon G Erosion Mode, which is pretty cool, which is essentially like a Metal Greymon and Godzilla 2000 hybrid. The one on the top top right is a Machine Dramon Mecha Godzilla, or specifically Q hybrid type thing. So there's a name. It's essentially, it's like Machine Dramon version 3, like Kai, and then there's something else that I saw on like the Digimon things, and I don't know what it is, but it's after that version 3 Kai, which is pretty cool. So and then we have a G Erosion Skull Greymon, which is really cool. That kind of reminds me of 54 after he's melted away by the oxygen destroyer, come back to life, which is super awesome. So I don't know if you guys can see in the inner circle here, or the inner square, there's also a War Greymon and Godzilla evolved version. So hopefully we'll be getting a picture or a figure of that as well, which would be super awesome. So yeah, I don't know. These are I really hope that they come to the Godzilla store or the North American website for X Plus, because right now they're only for pre-order on the Japanese Rick site.
Yeah, and the premium Bandai site they had it, but it's only for people in Japan.
Right.
Of course.
So, which is weird because I ordered the King of Mons Monster Arts from Premium Bandai, but I, obviously I live in America, but now I can't even order this because I don't live in Japan, which is really annoying. Because, like I said, these are like my two favorite franchises colliding. Yeah, you're gonna have to go to the Japanese Rick store or wait for the secondary market on one of the auction sites.
Yep, that's the crappy part about us over here, collectors in the
Mm-hmm.
in the East. We don't get the luxury of just getting this stuff, and they make it very hard for us to get stuff like this. So I don't know if they didn't know if this was going to be as big of a hit as it is, and maybe they just limited it, or Premium Bandai is the ones that kind of forked up all the money for this stuff, so they're getting the exclusive rights for it, kind of thing. I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I hope that there's and I don't want to say outcry, but outcry to where they're actually like, oh, we're gonna do a bigger run of these, and they'll open them to the American market. Because I obviously follow a lot of Digimon sites, social medias, and a lot of people seemed very excited for this in the Digimon community as well. So hopefully,
okay, that's cool.
Yeah, like in fact, I shouldn't say surprisingly, but kind of surprisingly, the one that got the most attention was the Machine Dramon. In fact, the tagline was Machine Dramon gets an upgrade, and everybody was like, dude, this is amazing. It looks great. Because it actually kind of looks like something you could see in the show, where the G Erosion Metal Greymon, obviously you're not going to get something like that in the show, but it's still like super cool. But yeah, the Machine Dramon's just one of the most all-time popular Digimon anyways, so that's why he always comes back. He's kind of like the him and Myotismon are kind of like the Frieza and Cell of Digimon. They're always going to come back in some
Yeah.
So me and Jordan, I was going to say, me and Jordan were talking behind the scenes. My favorite personal Digimon is Tentomon, Kabuterimon. If they could do a Megalon / Mega Kabu, God, yeah, I can't say his full name. You know what I'm talking about? Megalon / that'd be cool. I can see like that being a possibility. So that would be awesome.
Really, that is an amazing idea. Or a Tentomon Gigan, and then
with those little sty claws.
Yeah, I feel like there's honestly or like a Palmon, which was Mimi's Digimon, the plant-based, and Biolante. I think that there's I think there's a lot of really cool opportunities with like they could do it Angelwoman and Mothra. Garurumon and I don't know, maybe Anguirus or Baragon or something. King
Caesar Leomon.
King Caesar, actually.
King Caesar Leomon.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
King Caesar
Gabra and the other one that God damn it, what was it? The one that Leomon fought. Why am I blanking on the name?
Ogremon.
Yeah. It's ogre. Duh, that's what Gabra is. The possibilities are pretty much endless.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that could be something that really does
resonate with fans.
Yeah, resonate and maybe turns into a line I mean, hell, there's thousands of different Digimon.
Yeah.
Jordan and I talked about, and Jordan actually went and bought a card of this guy. There's a new final evolution for Tyrannomon called Dinomon, and it is literally a red Godzilla. I mean,
Yeah.
it has the spines. I mean, the hands are a little different, but everything, and the tail's a little different. But like everything else, I mean, it is literally a red Godzilla. And I just think that there's, don't get me wrong, I love Agumon and his Digivolution lines. It'll always be my favorite. But I think that there is potential with that Dinomon, Tyrannomon Digivolution line. Like if they were to, there's going to be a new anime coming out. If they were to bring him and make him one of the Digidestined characters, I think that it could be super popular. I really do. So fingers, and there's also a new Digimon game coming out at the end of the year too, called Time Ranger. Yeah, Time Ranger. So I'd love to see him in that too. Sorry, total sidetrack.
That was on track with what we were talking about. Are you kidding me?
And yeah, we're getting a Tamagotchi. We are getting Tamagotchi.
Tamagotchi.
Oh my God, we're going back to the 90s.
Yep, we're getting Tamagotchi. So just a few of the little icons are
first
up on the upper right, and it does say "and more coming," so there will be more coming.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of different versions of Godzilla. You got Baby Godzilla, Little Godzilla, Burning Godzilla, Godzilla 2000, Biollante, King Ghidorah, Mecha King Ghidorah, Mothra, Mecha Godzilla, Rodan, Fire Rodan, Space Godzilla, Destroyer, Kyu, Gigan. Looks like another Godzilla.
Yep. Absolutely. Lots of good stuff coming.
I don't ever know how to work a Tamagotchi because I'm stupid. But I would buy this just to have it in my collection.
Absolutely. So would I, just to buy it. Just to have it. Yep.
I don't know if I ever had one as a kid, honestly. And if I did, I think I killed it.
Honestly, my sister did, but she killed hers.
I am so excited for this crossover. It's not even like literally Godzilla's probably number one. And then Power Rangers and Digimon, it always flips on what's number two. But yeah, I just like Digimon's probably my favorite anime. Yu Yu Hakusho is, but like Digimon's like the one that I've known like from the longest. That's been my favorite, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I feel like a schoolboy just playing with himself when he's nervous. I'm so excited.
Oh my God.
Okay.
All right,
I get
let's
you.
make
I
you
get it.
not nervous or excited anymore. We'll flip to another. I think we got two more slides left here. So real quick, Mondo was at WonderCon also. They did put up for sale on their website the Cherry Blossom Glow in the Dark Godzilla Saucer. So that is for sale now. It might be actually sold out. It started on Friday and it's already Sunday now. And these things usually don't last that long. So it's probably sold out by then.
But they're probably gone.
Yeah, I did check. They were $140. So those were there. And then even like Nathaniel talked about and was asking that Attack Peter revealed his newest Godzilla Safubi in his style. It has been revamped. You know, he originally did the original Godzilla years ago now, but it was smaller. It was like, I want to say he's like 6-inch, 7-inch style or size. This guy is going to be the bigger style Safubi. It's going to fit into that bigger size that they've been doing from Mondo as of late. So he has been enlarged. Obviously, his design has changed, and they have given us accessories where we are going to have 3 different heads to swap out from. And he's also going to have the atomic breath feature that you see laying in the glass case, along with his other 2 faces that you'll be able to swap out. So really excited about this. It looks amazing. I love that there's 3 different heads to swap through, plus the atomic breath. And it's coming in April already. So literally within a few days or maybe end of the month,
tomorrow,
this thing will be dropping, and pretty excited for it. Pretty happy for Peter, and what they've been doing over at Mondo. I mean, Toy Company of the Year last year for us, for the Figure of the Year voting. So, I mean, they're already starting out this year with a bang. So, what do you guys think of this? The new revamped Attack Peter Godzilla.
I'll definitely probably be getting the Attack Peter Godzilla because I missed out on the original release. Everybody got theirs. It looked pretty cool. And I love the fact that this is bigger because I love that Marvel's been upscaling their figures a lot more. So I'll probably definitely try and get this. And I do love the Flying Saucer Godzilla. I still haven't found the colorway I'm in love with yet, so I'll be passing on that. But I at least need to try and get the Attack Peter for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll probably be getting. I got the first release of Attack Peter's Godzilla, but I might get this one because I like like Adrian said, I like the fact that it's bigger.
No, I dig it. I like the 3 swappable heads and everything. I really like that second one in the square. It for some reason it gives off 74 vibes for me. It looks like a 74 head kind of. A little bit, just a little bit.
So that's the thing. I was trying to think of what versions or eras those were, and I think that the one that's on the figure now is like Heisei. I think the one that is closest to his foot is like the 60s, 70s. I want to say more 60s. The Shoshingeki suit, and then the last one is kind of like the tiki kind of look, where it's just there's not really much expression with it.
Yeah, very tribal tiki.
Yeah,
very, very Road to El Dorado looking.
Yeah, those are just my opinions on what I think they are. I don't know what they are yet until Peter actually says what they are, but that's just what I think they are. So pretty cool stuff.
Before we move on, Nathaniel's got a question here. What do you guys want to see kaiju-wise in the Attack Peter style?
Oh, that's easy.
It's
Titanosaurus. It's easy.
Oh,
Titanosaurus.
Right. Yeah. Titanosaurus, but we'll also toss in there King Caesar as well.
Oh yeah, his very ancient style. Yeah, my boy Guy again, or Megalon. Actually, truly, that would be seeing a rendition of him with the crazy pattern he's got on his back. Yeah,
either one.
I'll go with Anguirus or Baragon.
That's good.
Okay. I worry that Anguirus is being forgotten. I think that when I was growing up, or when well, Eric, you're significantly older than all of us, but Eric, when you and I were growing up, I feel like the popularity of Anguirus and Baragon was pretty strong, but I don't see it in the new fans a lot because he hasn't been in anything in a very long time, and I just that's why part of the reason why I was such a fan of the shorts that they did on Godzilla Day, both the live action and the animated, the CGI films, because they were bringing back some of these monsters, and it just gives a chance to reintroduce some of these kaiju to the new fans. Yeah. So, I mean, Mechagodzilla, Ghidorah, Mothra, they're always Rodan, they're always going to be there. But some of these other monsters, I worry that they're falling into obscurity.
Yep, and just pray for his comeback in the new -1, maybe just maybe.
Yeah,
it's right there. It's the perfect story. I mean, come on, we've talked about it.
Yes, we did.
Never know. All right. So this is the last bit of news that I think is very big, honestly. We were teased and announced that we are getting a new. I spelt this wrong. This is not a new anime. This is a new manga.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Manga.
No, that's wrong.
Oh man,
I just realized that. It is a new manga, not an anime. My typo. But it is being. So we're getting a full, brand new Godzilla design. Okay, it's not a recycled anything. It is a brand new design. He's being designed by Shinji Nishikawa, who is a famous artist in Japan. He's done a lot of stuff. He has helped design a lot of the Millennium kaiju and their suits and their looks, especially like Final Wars. He was responsible for drawing all those, especially those reveals that we saw from each one that when they were revealed, that was all his art. So that's really cool. And they are announcing a brand new kaiju, a space kaiju that's going to be unveiled in this new manga, which is really cool. Really excited. I think this is kind of be more of a manga where it takes place a lot of like outer space or extraterrestrial type of stuff going on. Because per the description that I've read up on and heard about, it's kind of along the lines of that, because we are getting a space monster. They talk about, space exploration. They're talking about mech designs. So possibly like battleships, mechs where, maybe Mecha Godzilla, something like that, could be going into space. So it's really exciting. We haven't gotten a manga since I think, I want to say, I read it was like 2018 when the last manga that we got for Godzilla actually ever came out. So it's been a minute, but they have some really great people forerunning this project that have done a lot of stuff for like Ultraman, and just done other Godzilla stuff in the past. A lot of focus, I think, and effort is going into this manga to really make it something special. So I'm really excited. I hope this kind of gives us a new story, nothing recycled that we've already seen, something brand new, going into outer space is something we haven't seen in a very, 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 very long time. We always get the space aliens coming to Earth, but never, us leaving and going somewhere else, or Godzilla going somewhere else. So it's going to be very, very different. And I'm really, really excited for it. So,
how cool would Eric, do you know, is this is also coming in English, correct?
I did not hear about it coming in English. I'm assuming it will. I'm assuming it'll get translated pretty quick. And actually, obviously, it's dropping in May, so it's coming really, really soon. I don't know when the translation would come out in any way. I don't know how long it takes for that, but I don't see why it wouldn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. It'd be kind of cool to see Godzilla in different places. We've seen them all over the earth, or even if they start the story with an alien invasion, but maybe the sequel to this is the Earth says, like Captain Gordon, we're taking the fight to them, and they transport Godzilla. And maybe instead of Mecha Godzilla fighting Godzilla, maybe Mecha Godzilla is actually a partner of Godzilla this time, and it's Mecha Godzilla and Godzilla, and now the robots are actually on the side of Godzilla. So Mogera and Mecha Godzilla and a Jet Jaguar or whatever, Super X, all these things, Gotengo, they're on Godzilla's team helping repel the invasion.
Yeah.
And maybe they beat the aliens, and then it's like, oh, that was just wave one. That was just our scouts. You had a hard, so now it's, oh yeah, let's take it to them. Yeah,
absolutely. And just knowing we're getting a new Godzilla design is pretty awesome too. It kind of, to me, this picture kind of looks like a minus or a singular point with something else. I'm not really sure, but it has singular point kind of esque look to it with something else. So I'm excited to see what they come up with.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be honest, in the past year, maybe 2 years, but mostly in the past year or so, we've gotten collectible representation of things that, so if this design really looks awesome or is well received by people, we could get a Bandai of it, or we could get an X Plus of it. Look at
Yep.
Look at the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla. Look at the Gemstone Godzilla, Godzilla the Ride. You know, we've had so many Baggin, you know, Super Godzilla, all these things that are kind of that were very obscure. We're getting collectible releases, so you know that's why I always harp. I say it like every show. You got to support the official release people because that way we continue to get more new and interesting stuff.
Yep.
Merchandising.
Yeah, that's all I got for news and everything. So I don't know.
That was a lot. That was we had a little bit of a catch up because we didn't do a show last week. Well, we did, which is Terror of Mechagodzilla, which I know is a fan favorite to so many people. So if you are interested, go back in the archives and watch our show from last week, and continue to contribute to the conversation. Does anybody else have anything else they want to talk about or bring up? Ask a question before we wrap it up.
What do we got coming up this next week?
This next week is I think it's kind of like a bye week. We don't really we don't have an interview scheduled yet. I am hoping to have more information tomorrow on the
I was curious about
on the Eric Bischoff situation. He was gone for the weekend, so I'm actually apparently going to be calling somebody tomorrow, so I don't know. So we'll see how that goes.
You sound nervous. Why? What's going on?
No, I'm not nervous at all
No.
anymore. Actually, the last week I'll admit that I was about an hour or two before. But I think actually the cancellation could have been the best thing that happened because now I'm like, all right, let's do this, you know. But yeah, no, I'm just more so confused because they're like, oh, call this number, and I'm like, who am I asking for? Like, you know, hi, I was told to call. Who are you? You know, but yeah. So yeah, hopefully more information tomorrow, and actually, hopefully, a few interview announcements. I'm working on 2 or 3 other ones as well. So, you know, fingers crossed.
Jared, I love that these streams have been happening more frequently. Thank you.
Thanks,
We're trying like every week.
Thank you, Jared.
Any special events for us coming up? When is I guess Samson, you can announce our next monthly show for the viewers if you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that is next month, isn't it? Crap. All right. So tomorrow's April. So yeehaw. And we're going in a different direction in terms of our big show of the month. Instead of celebrating a movie or a TV show or an anniversary, we're doing a straight up Bandai show. We're just doing all about Bandai. Bandai's been a very important company in a lot of our eyes. They were the starting point for many Godzilla fans. It was my starting point. They are taking ass and kicking names with the figures as of recently. As y'all stated, they've been putting out some random stuff like the Super Godzilla that just got announced. We're starting to see in-hand photos of that, which nobody would have thought that would ever come to fruition. That bag in, we got Flying Mechagodzilla, which is unique. We got both versions of Zilla. Bandai has just we're deep diving into the history of Bandai from the starting points to where they've progressed over time and what they've been giving us all these years. I mean, I got Bandai's laying all around this table right now. Here's one that Eric gave me. So I got a knife. I got a beautiful little knife boy. My boy Gigan.
Put in your nose.
Baragon, or not Baragon. God, I messed up his name. Anguirus. You were just talking about both of them, and I got both of them stuck in my mind. So yeah, that is me saying that month of April is going to be about Bandai. Our show is going to be the 3rd Sunday of this month, if I'm not mistaken. Still, if we're keeping with the schedule like we've been doing, I got to go into our pin notes and see which date it is. I don't have it memorized quite yet, but it should be the 3rd Sunday of this month,
which would be
19th.
That sounds familiar.
19th.
20th.
No, it is the 20th.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Saturday's the 19th. That's wrong S.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 20th.
Actually, you know what? We might change that because that's Easter. So.
Oh, it is Easter Sunday.
Oh.
Yeah. So sorry, boys, but my Lord and Savior is more important than Bandai. So it'll either be the week after or the week before.
Yes, all hail Godzilla. Yeah, that's you make a valid point. So that is what's happening. All right, so forget everything I just said. We're gonna have to figure that out on the sidelines here, but we are doing a big Bandai show, talking all about Bandai. So I got some homework to do for our loyal company that's been giving us great stuff since 19. See, I got to do my homework whenever they've been doing it since.
Mm-hmm. And who knows if anybody comes up with a really good idea or a request that you guys, the listeners, want us to do, maybe we'll tackle it on one Sunday. Don't ever be afraid to throw out a suggestion to us, because we're always listening to you guys and your suggestions and shows that maybe you want to see, that you want to see tackled, go a deep dive in. Let's do it, man. Let's do a fan service and do a show that maybe you guys are asking for, that maybe we haven't done yet, or you want to hear more about, maybe hear our opinions about, whatever. Hey, throw us something. I mean, if you guys want to throw us an email at monsterswithattitude90@gmail.com. Throw us an idea, and we can talk it over. And, if it's something that we feel that we really want to do and we have the same feeling about it, maybe we'll put the show together and stuff. And instead of doing a Let's Talk, we'll do a special presentation of so-and-so, just throwing it out there for everybody that's watching and listening. So there's always an option.
Jaws 50th anniversary.
I mean, if you wanna put something together, Sammy, put it together.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Nathaniel had a quick question. Do you guys know if there was 84 and the other 90s Godzilla movie? Rumors.
No.
Rumors.
Yeah.
Just rumors.
We've had that talk about how they should have put out a set for the Heisei stuff, but
well, I mean, it's clear that they're doing something.
We'll see.
Ooh, I like this idea.
I don't know
if you guys have, but how about any characters that have a personality connection to you in some way, shape, or form? That would be interesting. That would be
interesting.
We could do a male and female. Or who do we think that's closest to us and why?
Ooh, that's a lot of research.
Who's
the one that stared at the most?
Yeah, don't you even. Don't you even. Oh. But yeah, absolutely. Drop ideas in our email and we'll look at them, and yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah,
absolutely. All right. Well, I guess with that, boys, we will wrap it up here. Thank you guys for tuning in and joining and having a bunch of fun. Thank you guys all you listeners with Attitude. We appreciate you guys checking us out every single week. Like Eric said, every single Sunday, 5 p.m. Central. We are live and in living color, whether we're talking about the news of the current week or reviewing a specific movie or a company or whatever. We're doing something every week. We'll come at you randomly throughout the weeks, also with box days, showing off some cool things that we've picked up, which I don't know. I think we should maybe do one this week coming up.
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should do a box day.
Yeah, so maybe look for a box day, guys, like maybe Wednesday, Thursday, something like that. That'll be fun. As always, thank you guys again so much for tuning in. If you guys could do us a huge monumental favor, hit that like button on YouTube to help with the algorithm. Hit that notification bell so you know every single time that we go live. Do not be a hoe. Share our show. Tell your friends. Tell your family. We would really love it. If you guys are watching on some other platform besides YouTube, please jump on over to YouTube and hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to us. We're trying to get our numbers up and do a lot of really other cool things and cool ideas that we can't really talk about it now, but we're really excited about. So as always, thank you again to our affiliate Super 7.
Yes.
For all of your collectible and memorabilia needs, go to super7.com/monsters with attitude 2024. That's Monsters with Attitude 2024. And it doesn't just have to be Godzilla stuff that you buy there. It can be anything that you buy on the Super 7 website. Please use our link in bio and in Linktree. With that, I think it'll do it. Again, thank you all for tuning in. Thank you, boys, for joining me on this little fun adventure. Take care of yourselves and each other. And as always, embrace
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 the
the
attitude.
attitude.